Good afternoon, my YouTube viewers. Palestine here. Welcome to my channel. I just got off work. I work 3.5 hours a day, 4 days a week, which is my permitted work. And that work that I do keeps me just above the breadline. I'm just staying away from the breadline because of the permitted work that I do and other things. So I was meaning to make this video, but then I got a message about my mother. So I'll go ahead and make the video that I was intending to make, and then like maybe tomorrow morning or tonight I'll make the video on this message that I got about my mother, because I have so many things that I would like to talk about. It means a lot to me, these individuals who are actually watching my videos and taking an interest in my pathetic life. I did my hair to make the new video because I had to put my hair up to go to work because we're in the middle of a heat wave. Hot air is coming up from Africa. England is not a hot country, so our houses don't have air conditioning. And where I work, there's not any air conditioning either. So I have to put my hair up because it'll get all sweaty, and you don't want to go around sweaty hair. So I came home after having my hair up all day, and I had to brush my hair out and put my hair up again. So I'll put my hair up again. I'll have my hair up all day because of the heat. What this video that I wanted to talk about was who has got my signature, because I've been talking about my videos about my former employer, Foster Wheeler, harassing me out of the company, and I believe that they did it for financial gain. I believe that they wanted to terrorize me to the point that I would have a heart attack or a stroke or do something to harm myself. And I think that they thought that because they couldn't do something to me themselves, which I'm sure they're such sick people that they would have liked to, but they would not have wanted to experience the legal repercussions of them doing something to me themselves. They decided that they would terrorize me, and hopefully I would do something to myself, or I would have a heart attack or a stroke. And that's what I believe. I believe that this is, one, they're sick, and two, this was financially motivated. So I've said in previous videos that they had my signature, and then so to be able to take a financial product out on me, such as an insurance policy, and I did a job called affiliate coordinator, and Foster Wheeler could have taken a key man policy out on me with that regard, because I was the only person in the company that did that job. Okay, so what I want to talk about is people who had my signature and or people who could have and would have collaborated with Foster Wheeler. Excuse me. And so I'm going to discuss that in this video. So when you watch my videos and I say they had my signature, you're going to know who I'm talking about. So definitely Foster Wheeler had my signature, because when I joined the company, I had to sign to say that it was joining the company. I also had a death in service benefit, and I had to sign for that. So I had my signature in Foster Wheeler all over the place. So it would have been nothing, and also had my signature for the pension. So it would have been nothing for somebody in human resources to get my signature. Would have been easy peasy. And then, so Foster Wheeler had my signature. And then when I was starting getting harassed out of Foster Wheeler, I was going to a Christian Science church in the town that I live in. And I never gave them my signature. I don't recall ever giving them my signature. But my ex-boyfriend, my Iranian boyfriend, went to the Christian Science church with me one time and said that he didn't want to go anymore. Now, either he or other people from Foster Wheeler could have and would have contacted people at this Christian Science church to get them to go along with the harassment. And I'm going to make another video about that another time, because this video we're just going to focus on who has my signature. But based upon the odd way that they acted towards me, especially towards the end, I feel that they could have and would have collaborated with Foster Wheeler to get me out of the company and make money off me. Another thing is that also after I was harassed out of Foster Wheeler, I started working for this charity. And I'm not going to say the name of the charity, but I have my suspicions that people working for this charity had something to do with it. I'm probably going to make another video about exactly what happened, about exactly what these people did. But they did have my signature, because when I started volunteering for them, I had to fill out an application form, and that application form has my signature. And then a few years later, they came up and they said that they lost my application form and I needed to make another one. So they lost my application form, asked me to fill out another application form, which I did, and which of course they had my signature. And then strange things started happening. So far we've got 2 organizations that have my signature. And then after I got harassed out of Foster Wheeler and I stopped going to this Christian Science church, then I started going to a United Reformed church in the town I live in. And I never gave them my signature, but the first time I started, I'm going to make a video about that too. So I'm just going to tell you how they got my information. So I never gave them my signature, but the first time I went to the church, the vicar, or the pastor, he got my name, he got my email address, I think he even got my address, which was an odd thing to do, an odd thing for him to come to a total stranger just in the church and asking for that information. So even though I never gave them my signature, they did know personal information about me from the very beginning, from the get-go. So why did they want all this personal information about me? When I went to the Christian Science church, they weren't asking for all my personal information. I'm going to another church now. It's a Church of England church. They didn't ask me for all my personal information. So even though I didn't give this United Reformed church my details of my signature, they knew my email address, they knew my phone number. I think they even knew where I lived from the very first day that I started going to that church. They didn't even give me a chance to decide whether I liked it or not. So that's odd. And then, who else has got my signature? So we've got Foster Wheeler has got my signature. That charity has got my signature. Got 2 churches in the town I live in. And there's definitely other people that have my signature too. The most important one, where I live. I live in a cooperative, housing cooperative. They've got my signature. Because when I moved in here, I had to give them my signature. So they know everything about me. They know my signature. They know my address. They know my pay details. Because I have to pay my rent to another company. But they know that. They know everything about me. They know, they've got my signature. They know everything about me. They know where I live. They know my bank details. They know everything. So it's where I live also has my signature. So we've got Foster Wheeler, this charity, and where I live. Okay, that's enough. And then we've got 2 churches. So that's like 5 organizations that have my signature or know my personal data. So basically, whenever I say in my video, they took out, I believe they took out a financial policy on me. That's what I'm saying, that these people know everything about me. They've got my signature. If they don't have my signature, they know my address, my bank details, my phone number. They know everything about me. And so I believe that you have to be careful with churches, because churches are actually charities. And you have to be careful with charities, because if you volunteer for a charity, it's exactly the same, legally, it's exactly the same as if you are employed by them. And so charities, they can take insurance policies out on people. So I don't want to go into too much detail about what these organizations did, because I'm going to be making videos about what these organizations did, which leads me to be very suspicious of them. And I just wanted you to know or speculate who's got my signature. So I'm telling you who's got my signature. Foster Wheeler, this charity, it was a neurological charity. Where I live, it's a cooperative, and 2 churches. That's just what I can think of right off the top of the bat. And then so I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video, since the title of the video is Who Has My Signature? So you'll know who's got my signature, who had an interest in taking a financial product out on me. And so whenever I make other videos, I'll go into more detail about why I'm suspicious about these organizations. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. And thank you for taking an interest in my life, as pathetic as it may be.